AOC and Matt Gaetz. Okay, they have actually introduced legislation to prevent Congress members from trading stocks. Now, this conversation has come up multiple times before. Immediately, a lot of you think of Nancy Pelosi, and I totally get it. I think of the ice cream lady too. But it's not just her. It is not just her. I've told you before that Khanna also trading stocks, even though he continues to deny it and say that those are not his stocks. I've showed you the screenshots where it has his name, and I'm going to show you new ones tonight that's been brought to my attention because my friend sent this to me, and I want you to see it as well. But Case Study QB was able to clip this here, and it says, discussing Matt Gaetz and AOC uniting to ban stock trades for Congress as Khanna is called out for selling his stock in First Republic before it collapsed. Remember, I told you guys about that. So here we go. Now it's not just on my show. Now it's on mainstream media that it is also him trading stocks. Here we go, ladies and gents.
Members of Congress dumping stocks right before a major bank failure. Before First Republic Bank faltered, 5 lawmakers sold their personal stocks in trades that potentially saved them tens of thousands of dollars. But an unlikely duo wants to stop Congress from cashing in. Matt Gaetz teaming up with AOC, pushing a bill banning lawmakers from owning and trading stock. Here's what he told Jesse.
We should disallow congressional stock trading for the same reason we don't allow the referee to bet on the game. And this is not a small amount of money. $788 million worth of securities traded by members of Congress last year. Take Lois Frankel, who you just mentioned. She's been a lawmaker since I was 5 years old. And I'm supposed to believe that all of a sudden she's making moves like she's Warren Buffett?
Oh, my throat. I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's kind of funny.
He had some good lines last night, including one saying it's like it's a stocked game, you know, or it's stacked against you.
Letting referees bet on the game. Insider trading is illegal everywhere except Congress.
That's right.
So good for these two to get together and get the sleaze out of there. Here's what I don't understand. If you're a member of Congress, you're going to make money when you leave Congress. So why can't you just wait? You already have free transportation, free healthcare, free gym, free food, taxpayer-funded junkets, donor-funded vacations. Do 2 terms, be a lobbyist, and cash in. You can't wait that long.
Is that your solution?
Well, this is going nowhere, by the way. This dies in the Senate.
Okay.
That's a shame.
And possibly, you know, it's interesting. The media covered a lot of, for example, remember Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue in Georgia?
Yes.
Everyone looked at theirs, but nobody looked at, is it Polly P?
Polly P.
And the actions, and Nancy Pelosi has defended people being able to play the stock market on the Hill.
Yeah, Nancy Pelosi said something like, oh, but we're a free market economy. I mean, isn't this a contradiction of what a free market economy is when Nancy and the lawmakers can get ahead of what everybody else knows, get ahead of the curve, and then profit off their own personal information? It's disgusting. What do you think?
So this is something that has bipartisan support. I think Ted Cruz at one point was also in favor of this too. I know, random and weird. But, you know, this is one of those things where it continues to die, though. We're going to bring up this. I'm going to show you something in just a second that shows you this is not the first time that this has been brought up before to prevent congressmen and congresswomen from, you know, trading stocks. But it doesn't seem to go anywhere. You know, when you have people there who are a part of the problem that are participating in this, who are going to make sure that the legislation doesn't really go anywhere. He just told you it dies in the Senate, might even die in the House, like, to be honest with you. But what does this mean for people like Khanna who have tried to kind of hide behind the scenes in reference to this and say it's not him, it's not him? I'm going to show you some more in just a second.
I smell a romantic comedy.
Ooh.
A beautiful left-wing communist in Congress, a dashing right-wing male fresh off a wrongful accusation of sexual misconduct. They come together to fight one of the most corrupt practices in politics. and they fall in love. They can't help themselves. She's got a French poodle. He's got a strange hairline, but somehow they're going to make it work. And then they're going to leave politics and start their own business. It'll be like a bakery.
He said I'm trying not to laugh because my throat, but he said he has a strange hairline. Jeez.
Bakery, a vegan bakery for pets.
He's happily married.
Vegan bakery. No, he's going to leave her.
No, he's not. Ginger's
He's
not married.
He's married. He's married.
Don't ruin this.
She's engaged.
Dude, this is not the worst scandal. The real scandal is caused by politicians who vote for increased spending and increased printing of money, which is their method of self-preservation, which leads to inflation, which is a tax expanding the money supply, which makes each single dollar worth less. So we all get screwed because the prices go up instead of down. So it's a double whammy in a capitalist society. That shouldn't happen. You shouldn't have massive government spending. So that's everybody is guilty. Every time they vote for spending.
He is really passionate about this, which was kind of weird to me. I was kind of surprised by that, but he's a little way too passionate about this.
Or vote for printing money, they create more inflation. That's a huge. What am I doing?
I don't know. But in this story, can I marry them?
Yes, you will be married. We'll all do cameos.
Well, I feel bad.
When we have the #1 show, we should be doing cameos.
I do.
I feel bad for Elon because before you thought that they were going to end up together. Jessica, last word for you.
Your favorite, Abigail Spanberger, and Jeff Roy have a bipartisan bill about this. And I don't know why.
I don't see a romance there.
Oh, no, I was not insinuating that.
I don't think so. No.
But,
I don't know. Maybe this is getting closer. Might not die in the Senate.
Most politicians die in the Senate.
Yeah.
Abigail Spanberger, remember, she is the one that also, we're going to go to this in just a second, that also AOC was caught endorsing. So she had donated money to Abigail Spanberger. I guess AOC thought that this wasn't going to get public attention, but it did get public attention. People found out about it. I was one of the people that found out about it, and I was talking about that. And Abigail Spanberger, again, she's not one of the progressives, so to speak, and she also is ex-CIA. And there were articles about this, how AOC was using money from her foundation to donate to Abigail Spanberger, which is what she promised her constituents that she would never do. She would never take their donations and donate it to an establishment Democrat. And she did just that. So they're connected, and Abigail is ex-CIA. I'm not making this up. You can look it up for yourself. So here is Khanna coming in here. For transparency and full context. Because see, they've been calling him out. Look, all these people, they've been calling him out. They're talking about it's not just him, all the different politicians who are trading, right? So they said the wife and children of Representative Khanna sold First Republic FRC on March 15th. Representative John Curtis, Republican, sold shares in First Republic. So they're not just calling out Khanna. And then Khanna goes, for transparency and full context, this is my wife's money prior to marriage, already in a diversified trust to eliminate conflicts. The sales were after an 80% fall, de minimis, and at a loss. I have no involvement and support a total stock ban. But people don't believe this because let me show you why. Let's go back. Welcome back. He continues to say this, but I want to show you something. So this is from Quiver Quantitative. Since 2018, there have been different bills on congressional trading referred to the following committees. So here's all the different committees: House Administration, Ethics, Ways and Means, Financial Services, Judiciary, Oversight, Homeland Security, Banking, Housing and Urban Affairs, and Finance. And not a single one of those committees have released a bill for a vote. At some point, you have to question, whether party actually wants to take action or if they just want the PR boost from new proposals. So this is a good point. Some people are saying that this measure from AOC and Matt Gaetz is actually just performative because they said, look at how many times this has been done before. Could be the case. Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But when it comes to Ro Khanna, there are more recent trades that have happened. So again, he keeps saying it's not him and it's, his wife. I want to get into people's like married life and all that jazz. But this is coming directly from Capital Trades. So if you look at Capital Trades, this is talking about AMD. Okay. So all the way here at the bottom, this is when they name people. They're not just coming after Ro Khanna. Despite this week's drop in AMD stock, shares are still up nearly 30% year to date. Several Congress members, including Ro Khanna, Josh Gottenheimer, and John Curtis, all reported transactions centered around AMD shares in recent months. And I've said this before, if this is Ro Khanna's family members that are doing this, it should not be under Ro Khanna's name. And that's the thing. It also still doesn't explain why he deleted that tweet when someone took a screenshot of his profile and put it on Twitter. Ro Khanna deleted the tweet. Not his own tweet. He deleted the reply. So someone replied to him talking about this before and they sent a screenshot and he hid it. So you can do that. You can hide responses from people if you don't want people to see it. And then that person took a screenshot of that and showed everybody he hid this response. So that's the fishy part. Now there's more. It's not just AMD. Capital Trades also announced First Republic tumbles at JPM. So this is the First Republic one. And again, at the end, they name the people. For instance, Congressman Ro Khanna was buying the stock on March 9th and 10th when it was trading at $96.01 and $81.76, respectively. So again, it's just, he keeps saying this, but why is it under his name? So, and then Uber stock Ro Khanna has. So look, same thing here. Uber stock. While Congressmember Ro Khanna was selling Uber stock in the closing months of 2022, his colleague Josh Gottenheimer reported several buy transactions in February. Representative Gottenheimer was mostly buying Uber shares in the low to mid 30s. Uber stock is exchanging hands at around $35 a piece. So there's that as well. And then I was trying to make sure I'm at the one that has the profile. Okay, maybe not. It's this one. Oh, I thought I had put the one in there that showed. Oh yeah, it's on the side. See how you can see the profile? So they even have that here. So look, if you look at the stocks, it shows you Ro Khanna, and it says here, Bank of America buy. That was March 13th. Bought Bank of America stock. Here's the AMD, which we referred to over here. That was bought March 24th. Bank of America sold stock March 24th. Bank of America, Bank of America. So again, like this isn't like this information is not hidden from me or you. But again, like I say, if it doesn't belong to him, then why is it in his name? So there's that too, especially considering he is a member of Congress. Then there's also Pfizer, believe it or not. And they go on to say here, again, at the end, all in all, Pfizer shares trade around $40 a piece on Tuesday. Congress members Michael Guest, Scott Franklin, Jared Moskowitz, Ro Khanna, and Daniel Goldman were all selling Pfizer shares in 2023. So again, it's like, hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button. Smash it, smash it, smash it, smash it. You know, if I had money before I got married and I had invested that money in stock, it would be under my name. It would say sabrinasalvati. And if Ro Khanna was so concerned and worried about it, wouldn't he have made some type of adjustment to make sure it's removed from his name? Very strange. Now, I want to give you just an idea of what he may be trying to do. Now, this comes from Quiver Quantitative again. Western Alliance Bank and PacWest are getting hammered today in after hours, with PacWest falling 55% and Wall falling 25%. U.S. Representative Daniel Goldman sold both stocks just before their dive began in March. Now, listen to what they say here. Goldman spokesman Simon Cantor insisted the congressman is not involved in trading stocks in his portfolio, adding it is managed entirely by an investment advisor with whom he has had no discussions about any stock trades since entering Congress. This could be a similar excuse that Khanna is trying to use. Now, you tell me, do you buy that? Because I don't. Dun, dun, dun. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I'm just sorry. Myra's mama says he's a lot. Come on. Come on, guys. If you had stock, it wouldn't be in my name. Ay. All right, guys. I'm going to go to the comments and then I'm going to head out. Thank you for the super chat, Wormany. Consider this a donation to your presidential campaign. Sabby 2024, keep up the great work. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. I would never run for office, though. Lauren says Rose's wife is an investment genius. I want to talk about people's, fam, but I just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. So that's that. But I don't think that legislation is going to pass. Just don't think so.